Hello, Báilte, Taras Jock, how are you? Now we have an awful lot to get through today. I will commence with a fabulous book that I had to stay up really late last night to finish. And it is The Perfect Couple by Elin Hilderbrand. Is that how you pronounce it? Hilderbrand. I've read an awful lot of her books. She's an American writer. She sets all her books in Nantucket. And she's just fantastic at people, families, love stories, friendships. You know, she's really good at getting people. And she's a very good writer. And do you remember some weeks ago I spoke to you about faux brow books, where people, I don't know, people write books and people read books that kind of have opera singing or painting, art, you know, as part of the story, so that people can feel a bit cultured when they're reading them. Her books are nothing like that, and they are fantastic. You know, she deserves all the respect. She writes very confidently. I mean, she'd be called popular fiction, and when I was reading it, I was thinking, oh God, I really aspire to be like her. It is so, I enjoyed it so much. I've enjoyed all her books. I haven't read one that I haven't enjoyed. If you like, I don't know, if you like my books, you might, well, I recommend it very much. Now, so much to tell you. It's Sunday where I am, and on Thursday and Friday, I went on the road trip with the old woman, Rita Ann, also known as Gary, and her two children, the Redzers, and we set off to Limnock, where old woman used to work, and she was meeting up with for lunch with the people, the women that she used to work with, and just, oh yeah, and then on the way, you see, we stopped at the Barack Obama Plaza, which the Redzers had never stopped at before, or old woman. And I told the Redzers in advance that, like, when you arrive along to the Barack Obama Plaza and all the outsidey bit, like in the air and stuff, that they play country and western music. And the lads didn't believe me. And sure enough, and when Oscar rolled down the window, and sure enough, we arrive in and they were playing that, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. And I mean, obviously, we were all in convulsions, but then the Redzers were looking at me with newfound respect. And then we brought old woman in, and I swear to God, it was like the 8th wonder of the world as far as she was concerned. They had some Boston donuts. Have you seen them? Oh my God. We were gathered around them, the 5 of us, because we're a very carb-friendly family, and we were gazing at them the way other families would go to the Louvre for their summer holidays and look at the Mona Lisa with the same awe. We were like... And then there was a separate ice cream stand, and then there was, oh yeah, the lads had their first Supermax, and they were asking me beforehand what was a Supermax, and I hope you don't mind, but I said it was sort of like a McDonald's for culties, but they loved it, and so then we all piled back into the car, and then we dropped old woman off for her luncheon, and then we went to the hotel we were staying in. Now, the hotel we were staying in was my treat, and I picked a nice one because I wanted old woman to have a nice time, and it was really lovely. So then Gary went back and got her, and then brought old woman back, and my worry then was that old woman would feel that she was a bit, that she'd do that kind of Irish thing of, oh God, no, it's too good, oh, they'll look at me, oh, they'll judge me, oh, no, just give me a room in the scullery, I'll sleep abroad in the shed with the men. You know, she wasn't like that. She was like, I'm old woman Keyes, and this is what I'm entitled to. There's been such a change in her. Then the next day was just so amazing. We set off, continuing west into County Clare, and we passed the parish where she got married, Ina parish. And I said, old woman, would you like to see the church you got married in? And she said yes. Now, this was not part of the schedule, and for a long time she's been sort of afraid of spontaneity, because I suppose with Dad, you know, everything had to be managed so carefully, and so we went in, and Redzer the elder came with us. He is such a lovely boy. Redzer the younger is also lovely, but in a different way. Redzer the elder was very mindy of her, and we go into the church and we meet a priest who and him and Mam had a lovely chat, and he was sort of looking at me a bit kind of like, do I know your face? You're no friend of mine, are you? But anyway, it was all grand, and we got photographs, and she lit candles and all that. Then back into the car, and then we went to the house she was brought up in, and I cannot tell you, it's so remote. like you go off more and more, and the roads are getting smaller, and they're single file, a single pass, you know. And then it was just a boreen, like there was no tarmac or anything like that. And then there was a long walk from the gate to where the house used to be, because it's owned by the Forestry Commission now. And Mum has very bad arthritis, but it was like she was a young woman again. She was sprightly, she was full of energy, she was loving it, she was looking around, she was remembering things. And we walked up, and the front of the house is very, very overgrown, and the ground is boggy, it's sort of marshy, you know, and the house, the ceiling has fallen in. And I didn't see that there was a way to get through, but I thought, "Your feck it, I'll chance it." So I head off, and I look around, and she's right behind me with her stick, and we get in. And the house, even though it's all fallen down and everything has been taken from it and everything, I remember everything. And if I remember, she remembered. Like, the settle was there, grandfather's books were there, you know, that was where Granny used to keep the jelly and the Marietta biscuits, and it was just incredible. I can't tell you. And I mean, it's so remote, it's very spooky. And she used to tell us millions of ghost stories when we were younger. And I knew that the journey back would have the Redzers terrified. But sure, look it, you know, they'll have to learn to live with it. Then we go to Ennistimon, to her parents' grave. And then we go to Hinge. Now, as luck would have it, that day it was Hannah's first birthday, and Hannah was in Hinge. So we get to meet Hannah and Teddy and Susie and Aaron, who is a nephew by marriage. And we go for our luncheon. And then old woman had wanted a picture that Rianne, that Gary had gave me, of Hinge painted on a slate. So I went to Kenny's and I got that for her. And then we all got back in the car and we drove home. Now we were feckin' destroyed, but like it was just so beautiful to see the change in her. And I said to her, "We can come whenever you want." And she said, "Can we?" And she was genuinely interested. And she said, "Yeah, next time we'll stay in the Vaughan Lodge, because that's owned by Michael Vaughan, who was our third cousin, you know, and that's in Hinge." And just the whole thing was just fantastic. Like, I am knackered after it. Then himself came home from Thalps with a broken rib, the crater. He's in very bad pain. And then he got given Solpadol, be the quack, which he's such an innocent. He didn't even know what it was. He thought it was Solpadine with a bit of codeine, or a bit of caffeine in it. And no, but it's Solpadine and Tramadol. God love you. I mean, thank God you're not in any way prone to addiction. Do you know what I mean? We'd be fecked rightly if there was a pair of us. Now it's Sunday. The Pope is in Ireland, and it is so acutely painful for so many people. And I'm feeling the sorrow. I feel swollen with sorrow. Do you know, that sort of way? And there's an event at the Garden of Remembrance today at 3 o'clock. This is Sunday. And there's going to be lovely people playing music and you know, reciting poems. And I'm going to read out a little piece. And, you know, but I suppose Ireland has changed so much and is capable of so much more change. And, you know, our people, our wounded people, have to be minded and compensated for all that's been stolen from them. Anyway, that is where I am. I am very tired. I am very, very, very busy. And I'm at that stage a bit where I feel like slightly my head is going to explode. And after today, I'm going to have to start, you know, I have to finish my book, and there's too many other distractions. I'm going to have to cull. Now, I will try not to cull this, our weekly chat, but things will have to go. Maybe I'll have to come off Twitter or something. Something will have to give, as they say. Anyway, I hope you're well. I don't know if you can see out there. I mean, it's overcast and it was raining, but I am effing roasted. I am, the sweat is pouring off me, and I don't know what to be wearing going in to the Stand for Truth event. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for, that was a big long ranty mac rant. No, it wasn't a rant, just a chatty mac chat. I hope you're all well. And oh yeah, and the Strictly, I think that something is happening with Strictly tomorrow. Maybe it's just we get to meet the celebrities, but we know who they are anyway, except I don't know who any of them are. But that's grand. We'll know them soon. Thank you. Bye.